Okay, thank you guys. Another Tuesday night Qigong. We're gonna get started. Just back to you. We're just gonna stand with our feet shoulder width and let the hands swing by the side. And in this posture, our knees are just slightly bent. We're not leaning forward, not leaning back. We're just upright. The tongue is on the roof of the mouth, breathing through the nose into the dantian, the space below the belly button. In Qigong, it's okay to have a belly. That means that you're breathing right. Oh, this feels so good right now. Because that cupping, I never had cupping on the front like that. I've had small cups, like with glide cupping, where you move the cups, but this time it was more direct, and I find it to be, it was very stimulating. Like, I remember at certain points, I would feel, like, I would say a chi expression, like, from where the cup was, I knew what channel it was on, so I would feel fingertips, like, almost discharging in different ways, kind of like if you watch bubbles on the surface of water and there's things underneath. That's what it felt like. Yeah, it was very interesting because I guess I really needed it. So this is really helping out the shoulder.
I have a lot of shoulder stiffness from being on the computer all the time.
Yeah. There's going to be some breakthrough in technology where we don't have to be in the physical position that we have to take.
Yeah.
That'll be the day. Good. Just let the hands rest by the side and palms up in front of dantian. The breathing is slow and rhythmic. Good. Hands up to the chest. There's like this rotation out away from you. Yeah, there you go. And relax the thumbs. Almost as if you're like holding this big sandwich and you're like, what end do I bite from? Feel different?
Yeah.
Yeah. And hands level with the eyes. And kind of like bring those elbows down some, yeah. If you can, tuck the shoulder blades back. You feel that? The lats become engaged. You feel your side body. Good. Maintaining our same breathing, bringing the hands down. And hands down to dantian. And let the hands rest. Arms out, palms down. And I'll mirror you to your right side. Back to center. Other side. Good. Let the arms rest. Take a moment to stand and and feel the work you just put in. And see what areas feel tight, what areas feel loose. Where's your weight? Like for me, I felt my stance was narrow. This would have been a more comfortable position to have been standing in. But instead of correcting that, I just learned to relax into it. And it felt more at ease.
Yeah.
And so I encourage to notice if the stance is too wide or too narrow, but not let that limit what you're about to do. Because if you step out and you're like, oh, I'm a little wide, then just relax into that wide stance. Yeah. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll find that I'll tighten up and tense to try to like find the posture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of taught, like, you know, in other arts, to tighten up and tense up in order to create the action.
Right. I'm trying to find the muscles that are all tight already.
Yeah. The next one we're going to do, we're going to just rock in our feet, heel to toe. Try to keep the body in line, right? Keep that center line so it's not this yet, but just finding that range and feeling that range, enjoying that range for a moment. Because when you come forward, try not to rise up on the toes, because then we're engaging the muscles. But this is just lymphatic. You're just kind of like catching yourself before you go too far. And as you find your edge, sometimes you lean back and it makes you want to step, and that's okay. That means you're doing it right. That means that you're really exploring your full potential. And of course, the back is straight, knees are just slightly bent, pretty much not locking out the knees. Can be quite calming. I like using this around corners with kids. Lean around the corner and look at them, and you rock back. I love that kind of stuff. Good. So now we're going to counter this with the hips. So as you rock on your forward and back. And so now we're just engaging the feet and the hips. Now, we're going to involve the sternum rising up. Good. Now we're going to include the hands. You ready for it? Pinky, thumb. Good. And you can feel that natural inclination to want to look up and down. That's our next part. So this is a great exercise for people who have trouble with balance, or people who are recovering from things like plantar fasciitis, or any kind of pain in the feet, numbness, tingling.
When you say balance, you're talking about
Like if you were walking.
middle ear balance,
Well, yeah, it could be middle ear balance, yes. It's like if you're walking and you step and you go, oh, I don't want to step on that. Or you roll onto the side and being able to then like correct. Because you feel like where too far is, right? And in this plane, we're going forward and back. Because in other exercises, we can explore left and right and internal, external. Like puffing up and sinking in. in the full body motion, really let the motion come from the hips, driving the hips back and forward. Yeah, that's good. It's when I rock forward, my knees are soft. And I'm just kind of like bringing the knees over the toe. It'll lift the heels off the ground. And the flexibility comes in the toes, right? Because, good. So then this is a good exercise for the feet. Good. Nice one. So then we'll slowly come out of this exercise by first letting the head go and just letting the shoulders and arms, chest and hips. Then letting the arms go. Then letting the chest go. Letting the hips go. And then once you find that middle ground, just kind of settle in. And take a moment to embrace stillness and feel the work. Good. So from the same position, we're going to keep going with the same exercise, but we're just going to, with your left foot, take a natural step forward and rock. And you'll notice the back on the toe and rock back. My knee is bent. Good. Now, staying at the same height. Forward and back. Good. Feels funny, huh?
Well, some exercises is similar to what I used to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like Qigong, not bouncing my head.
Yeah, you're good at that staying level. Yeah, because then
It's really important.
it is for all kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
So when we rock back, rocking forward, take a natural step. Good. And continue. This too is a great exercise for balance, or people who have foot pain, or people who have trouble coordinating between heel and toe, flat-footedness. Now we're going to do something in the opposite direction, so rocking backward, step back onto the toe, and rock. Good. So what that looks like here, rocking back and forth, step, rocking back and forth, then this was one of my favorite exercises to work with kids, because they think of it as stupid. They go, "This is stupid. Why are we doing this? This is stupid." And you see what I'm doing here? I'm starting to play with this exercise where I can toe in and toe out. We've learned that before. Yeah. And so this is the beauty of Qigong. This is being able to find Qigong in the everyday things. Like when you're walking to Starbucks, tell me if you can tell the difference between the way I'm walking here versus this, versus even at the same pace. Yeah, just being able to flow. And, you know, a lot of the time I'm at the same level, even at standing position, because my knees are always slightly bent. Mm-hmm. This is the beauty of Qigong. This is that lifestyle it offers. And that's why the simple exercises like this for kids, they say it's stupid, it's stupid. I go, okay, stop in the middle. Stop in the middle. I mean, come on, stop in the middle. And they go, wait, what was that? And I go, that's Qigong, toe and heel. So if you can do this, you should be able to do all kinds of dance moves if you would like. And then they go, poof. You can dance? No, but I can Qigong. And they're like, you're stupid. Again. God. That's all they know. Good. Good. Now we can do a moving exercise since it's you and I. I'll demonstrate it and then we can do it together. So it's using that same posture from here. Hands come up. And I'm going to be with the leg that's out, right? You're going to use that same hand. You trace the opposite down to the armpit. Hand comes down and you trace across and down the inside of the leg. Wipe up. Oh, you know what? I did it backwards now that I'm thinking about it because, sorry, but that is the right motion. Let me just do it real quick. Yes, okay. Had to feel the transition. So we just wipe down. Up. And then when you step, twisting, wipe down the other side, hand to armpit, and wipe down. It's called diving sparrows.
Because I went the wrong way this time.
Yeah, let's do it together.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll take one step forward. So with the right foot out, left in the air, right to left, down the armpit, cross down the inside, fingers are together. Good. Good. Then with the left, wipe down the right. Wipe down. Good. Good. Then wipe. Then for this one, feet parallel. And then you can just end with a big circle. So it's like, what that looks like is, you come here, you wipe up, and press down. Isn't that funny?
That made it so complicated.
Okay, well then here, if you think that's complicated, do this one. Thumb up. You're cool.
You're cool.
Now, wait for it.
Okay. Oh, it gets more complicated.
Switch. There you go. What's wrong, Elaine?
You swing this thumb back and this thumb forward.
Yeah.
I can do it if I stick at it for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Those are those coordination drills. And it gets even better, like this one.
Wow. So I should.
So it's point like, hey, you're cool.
Hey. Cool.
Switch.
It's so simple. I overthink things.
There you go. One finger up on each side.
All right. in karate,
Mm.
Shitoken, right?
Mm.
But there's this one practice where you are doing a Shitoken, but you're doing a fist, and then so, and then you change, and this becomes a fist, and this becomes a Shitoken.
Oh.
And so I'm always like punching, yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
That's hard?
Well,
Just because you haven't done it.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's exactly like this. Or like, everything is okay
Everything is okay.
because I got a gun. And so then you're pointing the gun at it. So you have your palm facing away and one palm facing forward, and then switch. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm.
This one might be a little bit easier than the other one.
Speed it up then.
I completely blow it.
Actually, I think that this one is a little easier because you're going from this position and flipping up.
Yeah.
So you're going from this. Versus this, it's different. It's harder in some cases because it's fingers. This is the wrist involvement. It's more like one of these numbers. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool. So we got our coordination in our lower body and our upper body.
That's all you want to challenge.
All right.
Challenge myself.
Yes, we're going to do some basic stances because it's cold weather time. This will help our bones stay strong, and it will also just keep the blood circulating and keep the blood that is circulating hot. So we're going to start with our feet together. Step out with the left foot into a horse stance. Hands come together. Ma bu. Yeah. And bu is stance. Ma is horse, so horse stance, right? And so then to go through them, you're going to turn out your left foot, and I'm going to turn out my right to mirror you. Good. Gong bu. Both stance. Gong bu. So then shifting back, ma bu. Gong bu. Other side. Good. Ma bu. Gong bu. Ma bu. Gong bu. Ma bu. Gong bu. Ma bu. Gong bu. Now, here comes a new one. And this one's called shubu. Turn in the foot, shifting the weight. Shubu. Yeah. And you want to bend the knee, ideally. You bend the knee so that the fist touches. And this is above the head. Shubu. And also notice that my weight is back here.
Oh man, really? Your weight's up there?
Yeah. Shubu. Good. Then, gongbu. And you can turn that back out. Gongbu. Turn it in. Ma-bu. Other side. Gongbu. Shubu. Good. Where's your weight?
My weight's in I'm standing
Yeah.
there.
Shubu. Then, gongbu. Ma-bu. Gongbu. Shubu. There you go. Shubu. Gongbu. Ma-bu. Gongbu. And we're going to hold this position. Tucking the hip down, feeling that. Great. Gongbu. So you go ma-bu, gongbu. 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 Mabu. And relax. What do you think of those?
I like that.
The shubu is hard.
Yeah.
And we're going to work on the shubu because I want to protect your knees. And so you see the way I'm standing, how my feet are on a 45?
Yeah.
That's essentially what this exercise is going to be like. Okay? And the 45 is going to represent the way that you're going to be walking.
Right.
So I'll demonstrate it first. So from here, step, step. You see how I'm out?
Yeah.
Touch. You see the angle? I'm on a 45. Step, toe out, touch. Step, touch. Okay? So let's do that coming this way. Okay, so together, right foot on a 45, left foot out. Step, touch, facing this way. Then step out, touch. Now going backwards, back, here, back, good, forward, you feeling it?
Yeah, actually, it feels real good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Again. Last one. Good.
Sometimes further backwards than I move forward.
Interesting. Welcome to your body. It's fun to diagnose or fun to try to reverse engineer. Why would you step further back?
No, because it's easier. I don't know what it is. I wondered because I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting move. I wonder, let's try it with smaller steps back. See what that feels like. More pain. Yes. That's good that it's making sounds, because that means that we're getting fluid in there. Yeah. So this is good. Now, one thing I want to point out is this crooked stance.
Yeah.
This one is, the way that we'll practice it is we step out on 45s, right? So I always think about these moves on a 45. I don't stand like this, right? Because I'll stand like this, but I always think on those lines. Because what you do is you step out on that 45.
You leave this at 45 and then
I visualize this,
oh,
but my feet are here, yeah. So I just see that V coming from my midline.
Okay.
And so bend the knees, step on a 45, rock back, turn the foot out. Now, you're going to shift your knee and open up that hip, and then facing forward. Yeah, here, why don't you come over here and come take a look at the stance and tell me the things that you notice. You see how this foot's out? I'm thinking about my knee going over my toe. That's the only thing. I'm not thinking pushing forward, because that'll tear my knee apart. The knee is made of tofu. Yeah. So then let's do it together.
All right.
So then with your feet shoulders width, I'm going to have you step out on a 45. Let's see your 45. Good. Then rock back, turn the foot out, push over. Good. Now, driving with this hip, pushing forward this way. Feel that?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
This is a really helpful maneuver, because it helps to train the knee in angles that it may not normally get into unless it was compromised.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so then we rock back. Yep. And let's do it with our feet together, actually, because I think that that'll be easier, because you can just step from that. Yeah, and let's have you come off that wall. So then, step, rock. Mm-hmm.
Directing myself that way, and then moving my, it's almost like it's pulling my hip out. Well,
Yeah.
it is pulling my hip out too.
Yeah. This is a very helpful stance if, let's say, you're doing more than one thing at a time, and you have moved this way on something, and they may drive force, and you can then redirect that force
Oh, I see.
and be on the back side
Yeah,
or to the front side, however, from this posture. Yeah. And this is a part of a form.
Oh.
That's one thing that I have not taught, is a form here. I've only taught basics, and I think we'll keep with the basics until these exercises feel like, oh yeah, I get it. That's what my Sifu did for me, and I'm really grateful for it.
Yeah. You have to learn the basics to do the form.
Yeah, like cursive before block letters, please forget it. You never know where the letters end. Okay. We're going to the left. Rock back. We're going to just hold this posture and breathe into it.
I'm feeling a little bit wobbly.
Okay. That's good. That means that your body is starting to use some energy. If you roll your hips underneath, tell me what that feels like. Extra?
Pulling more on this side now.
Yeah. And eventually you should feel a front line stretch in that back leg. Mm-hmm. Good. Rock back. Feet together. Other side. In cold weather, standing is real important because, like these postures, I don't know if you feel it, but I feel hot. Do you feel hot? Yeah. And so this is, I think, one of the benefits of doing standing meditation postures like this, slowing down faster forms in order to really kind of get the most chi out of it. How's that feel?
Yeah. It feels good that it's really, really strong, so, you know, I mean, my hips and my knees a little bit.
Okay, then let's do some circles. Other way. Inside out. Outside in. There you go. See, this is another one of the moves that the kids. This is stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Let me show you all the different moves you can do with this.
Do you still teach kids?
I'm doing my best to, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's individuals, sometimes it's spontaneous in the moment, you know? Good. Then pat. Good. Awesome.
Ooh,
That was fun, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. You want to learn the beginning of a form?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? So
I guarantee I'll remember it.
it's really like I won't go any further than this one section because there's in it.
Okay.
And I'll demonstrate it and then we can do it together. That's as far as we'll go. This is a form called Ba Duan Jin. Ba is 8, Duan is like silken, and Jin is like brocade. So it's like it's 8. It's really the 8 directions, like, and a combination of that plus the elements and the animals. It's supposed to be a full body integration of chi, spirit, and collecting from your ancestors. So Jing, Qi, and Shen.
Huh.
Yeah, it has all 3 treasures in it.
So you want me to, if I step a little bit behind you so I can see?
Yeah. Here, we'll do it next to each other first. So starting with the feet together, stepping out with the left foot, heel first. Good. Left over right. Good. Go back. Again. Left over right. Again. I'm using the glass here as a mirror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bending the knees, stepping out. Ah, yes. That's why we keep going back. I'm giving you the opportunity to see it in the mirror. Left over right. Hinging at the hips. Good. And you'll notice, this is called Dingbu. Dingbu, where there's no weight in this leg. Then I drop down, heel first, Ma Bu. a good way to practice it is like this. I'll show you. You have your feet up against something like this.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Right. So. What do I do with my hands? My hands are just by my side.
Yeah, just by your side. One thing I like to think is like this line here. This is the lung channel, right on the inside thumb.
Yeah.
I like to line that up with the seam of my pants. I just kind of allow that part of my to be up my pants. That just kind of reminds me where they go. Straight across, just. Yes, perfect. And that's a little wide. Just a little small step. You shouldn't feel effort. If you feel effort, then you're going toward Mabu. This one's just perfect. Yeah, you don't have to go down low. As long as you keep your back straight and look at my knees. Yes. Mm-hmm. And come up. So observe. You see how this is driving, kind of like how we were doing this exercise? Driving that forward. So I still have pump. I still have power here. Going this way. I'm not just flexing. I'm not kinking my back. Yeah, as if I was like leaning on a rail, leaning over a rail. Yeah. So here, and then you see my back stays straight. Yeah, because the knees are already bent. So knees are already bent. And that's what gives the range here. Lets you come here. See how my knees are still bent? Then I just back to here. That's perfect. Shift over. Good. Perfect. Let's do it again. Good. Again. How you feeling? Okay. One more time. Good. Let's see you do it. Jayo. Good, good, good. We're going to do it even smaller. What I mean by that is you don't have to go as deep. So like,
oh, okay.
yeah, because we don't need to exert this like aerobics. Because really, what I would prefer is like, ah. And you see how I'm coordinating my breath with the movement? That's Qigong, is the relationship between breath and movement. So
it's important breathing in and out at the right time too, right?
yeah, but it's not so much about a right and wrong. It's just kind of like if you're on a swing and you're kicking your legs sporadically, you're not going to get the momentum that you need. You kind of got to feel the swing in order to get the most momentum.
Okay.
And so the Qi is just the same.
So not so deep this time.
Yeah. And breathe only through your nose, tongue on the roof of your mouth. Good. Good.
When you are here and you're going to come back in, do you lift your toe or do you just lift your foot?
I shift my weight. I shift my weight all the way over to the right.
Oh.
And then, yes, exactly. It's the exact same sensation as this leg being empty, but that leg is empty over here. So then I'm able to, I took a wider stance than I normally should, but as you see how I bend my knee over my toe, that gives me the opportunity to then bring that foot.
Oh, okay.
Because I then line up my ear, shoulder, hip, and heel. You see how all of that is in line. So then now, ear, shoulder, hip, heel. Let's see it. Oh, there was a few pointers. So always touch heel first. Heel first. Heel first. Heel first. Toe. Okay. Heel, heel, toe. Cross here. And then a pointer. Get that alignment, the ear, shoulder, hip, heel for the ding boo.
Oh, so then it just
So then,
out.
yeah, so then when you step out to your horse stance, you don't need to go. You know what I mean? You're not lunging for anything. It should be just a little work. Okay, see, look, my feet are wider than my shoulders, right? Wider than the shoulders, that's all it needs to be. Yeah, yeah, because, they both have energetic principles, but the focus is different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
You pick up quick.
Wow.
One thing that I had the hardest time remembering when learning this form was to relax my arms, because here, if you do it quickly, it's a very, like, it can be, you know, like we have our three. It can be real close to the body, but it can also be a big expression for health, right? And so then here, arms are hanging, and then just letting the body move, and the arms just maintain that hang. And I just like have to glue the palm, pretty much just cupping my hand. Yeah, exactly. And I kind of get this sensation. You see this red dot here?
Yeah.
That's an acupuncture point called Lao Gong, and that's the pericardium. It's the protector of the heart. And yours is good too.
Okay.
And you see the speckling in your hands, and in my hands too. That's the chi movement.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like when I see this here, this tells me that, okay, we gotta open up the capillaries. So the things that we can do now would be those hand exercises. That would be your homework.
Okay.
Like spreading as far as you can, clenching as tight as you can. 10 flicks. Then 10 grabs.
Grabs strange.
Yeah, that's the hard one. Yeah, there you go. And you can save your elbows. Try to do it down here. And then you isolate it to your hands. Yeah, there you go. And when you're clenching, really open to close. And you're just, you can even do it like this, where you like focus on that, then close it quickly. Then the other one could be from a tight grip out. Come into that grip, slow out. Look at that.
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've actually got little tendons that are.
Oh yeah, I see that. Does your finger ever snap into place or snap out like that?
No.
Okay, that's good. And it's around the sanjiao. Oh, it's okay. Fluid metabolism. That's what I'm picking up. Also, it's in the heart channel here, coming from heart 8 and following this direction here. Then pericardium 8's here, and it's most fibrous right next to it. It's deviated. So it has something to do with the middle jaw, something to do with the chest.
I have a cough, like a, it's not really a chesty cough, but like an irritating sort of allergy sort of cough.
Itchy?
Yeah, like an itchy throat, not down here.
How about if there was a fan on, would it bother you?
No.
Wind feels good?
Yeah.
How about if it were real cold outside? Do you need more layers?
Yeah, when it's cold outside, like when I'm walking to work, I end up going like this because my fingers get cold.
May I feel your pulse on this side?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's body fluids. That's what I'm picking up. Just, gotta, like, there's this herb, dongui, angelica root.
Yeah.
Excellent herb, excellent herb. I think you would appreciate it because you can cook with it. You can just like boil it, it gets soft, chop it up, and it gets so soft that you can mush it in with rice and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And it helps build blood, it helps just circulation as a whole. It's just an incredible herb.
How
It's easy to find.
does it taste?
How does it taste? Dongui, it's kind of neutral. It's not very pungent. It's not like licorice.
You can put it in with other stuff and.
It can be masked.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do some standing for a second, just to round out the work we did. Hands to the chest. Like you're holding a sandwich. There you go. To the eyes. Back down. To the dantian. Big circle. Left, right. Thank you, Elaine. I had a good time with you.
That was great.
Yeah.
I'm glad I made it tonight.
Yeah.
That was a good practice.
Hopefully Bear will see it. He'll be like, oh my
hope
God,
so.
that's stupid.
He's 14, Daniel. He's like